Good morning and welcome to the full review of the Saucony Ride 13. Might it be the best shoe of the year? Roll the beauty shot. Let's just start off with some specs. So this shoe has a 32 to 24 millimeter stack height. It has an 8 millimeter heel drop. It is 314 grams in my size. And that's the size 11, not a 10.5. So I've gone up half a size in this shoe. This shoe compared to a Triumph is a lighter daily trainer with maybe a little bit more stability to it. So the way this shoe is made is that they have a EVA outside and then they have a TPU core on the inside. So that's what they call the PWRRUN midsole. What's different from this shoe and the last shoe that came out is that this one does not have the ISOfit, which was some fingers holding around your ankles like this. Now it's just a standard normal upper that they've named FormFit 360. FormFit 360 is just the entire package. It's a midsole that kind of shapes to your foot, and it's an upper that's also shaped to your foot. Yeah, it's a name. It also gives a little bit more stability than the TPU shoes that you find elsewhere. More of a ground contact, a little bit more of responsiveness. It's a really nice shoe to run in. So let's just start with the first category. How does it fit my foot? The FormFit 360 upper works really nice. It fits tightly around the midfoot, but gives a little bit more space in the forefoot. I feel overall this fit is better than last version. But there's a tiny problem for me when it comes to fit. And that's because of the softer plush heel counter and the tongue here, that I need a little bit more of a tightened shoe to make it stick perfectly. So I've decided to go for a runner's knot in this shoe, which I normally don't have to do, but when I did a runner's knot in this, it really worked. So now it sticks perfectly to my feet. Without it, I wouldn't be able to run in it. So there's a couple of things that I see with my customers when it comes to this shoe. If they don't tighten it correctly and they have heel slippage, they go away from it very quickly. And also because the upper is so soft, they think it's wider than it actually is. Because this shoe is actually a little bit tighter around the forefoot here, still gives a little bit space in the forefoot, but it's tighter. But because of the soft upper, it kind of feels less tight. The laces is also a new thing with the upper. It's a new type of lace, a little bit softer, and I've seen a lot of customers like commenting on that, and it's a novelty, I think, because it doesn't make any difference in my opinion. I've seen some people think it's a little bit more sticky when it comes to getting dirty, that kind of stuff. I take mine out for everything and they're relatively clean right now. Anyways, I don't feel any difference with this shoe compared to the last one when it comes to laces. What I notice with the Saucony Ride fit generally though is that this tongue is so thick that if you need a little bit more tightening, then you can actually stretch in the laces and actually tighten the laces a lot, because you don't feel it because of all the padding around the foot. I think this shoe is a little bit tiny for its size. I've gone up half a size and I've seen some customers do the same. Overall though, I really enjoy the fit of the Saucony Ride 13. It suits me really well as long as I found a way to tighten it perfectly. Now, I really like the thought of this shoe and the way it's constructed. Makes it light but still a lot of cushion in it, and I really like the responsiveness when you run in it. But I've had a lot of those fast shoes lately, really light, really fast shoes. So when I put this shoe on for the first time, it's sort of didn't wow me the way I wanted it to. I think it's all that hype about all these type of lighter shoes, softer shoes that generally won't last as long and that generally won't be as stable. I've seen a lot of people, customers coming into our store having issues from running in too light shoes, and I can see why, because it's really easy. It's really easy, and it's really light and fantastic to run in these type of shoes, but they don't give the same amount of support. So I needed a little bit of an eye-opener before I really started to enjoy this shoe. I wore the Kinvara for a run, and then afterwards I put this shoe on for work actually, and after that it just clicked. It just felt right. I love the Kinvara and I love how light it is, but there is a difference in comfort and in feeling between those two shoes. This shoe just gives a lot of comfort, just gives a little bit of responsiveness as well, and it's just a perfect package for me when I run. It just gives me the best experience, and one of those shoes that I can use for everything. So it doesn't matter if it's a shorter run, longer run, faster, slower, it doesn't matter. It just feels great in this shoe every time. Longer runs now, I might not be using it that much, but that's because I have the speed now, and the speed is just phenomenal on those longer runs where you just go, and also have a wave rider which just feels like a train, and it just feels like when you put it on, you just, yeah, you can never stop. So this shoe might not be the one shoe that I select if I go on a longer run. I can still, like, it would be a really great run, but I think maybe it's more of an everyday trainer because I can do everything in it, and I'm gonna use it a lot. I just feel comfortable and fast in this shoe, and it's one of those shoes that I can use for everything. So even if it's a long run, if it's a faster run, even it's intervals or whatever, it's just a shoe that I can use every time. So in my 1,000 subscribers video, I wore this shoe together with all the other shoes that I have, and I compared this shoe to the 1080, to the 880, to the Wave Rider, to everything, and this shoe really stood out. It really stood out, and you know, some shoes are better than you think, some shoes are worse than you think. This one really jumped up the ladder, and I think it's on top. I think it's on top. One other thing that I felt when you change between shoes all the time is the difference in breathability. And a lot of people think that the Saucony Ride is so warm because, or the Sauconys in general, because they're so plush. This one compared to the Triumph is, you can't compare them, because I say that they're plush here and they are plush, and that will give a little bit of warmth, but most of the heat goes out here. So in the forefoot and in the midfoot there is actually a lot of breathability. So that meant that this one wasn't warmer than the 1080 or the 880 or anything else. It was a lot cooler than the Triumph though. So overall, this shoe just mixes bounce, responsiveness, stability, comfort to a totally different level, and it is my top choice so far this year. This shoe is a neutral running shoe, neutral daily trainer with a little bit of stability in the heel and around the midfoot. It's not crazy stable, but if you compare it to all those lighter shoes with a lot of bouncy soft foam, then this is really stable. It's one of those shoes that you can use as a light pronator or just in general for all neutral runners. Especially on those longer runs when you just need a little bit more hold around the foot, then this shoe would really work. I enjoy it a lot. I am a slight pronator and I enjoy having a little bit of stability in the shoes. So overall, this shoe is the best daily trainer I've had on this year. It has a little bit of a fit issue in the heel for me, but a runner's knot solved that problem. It does not try to be something unique. It just tries to be a good daily trainer with responsiveness, comfort, bounce. Yeah, it's the entire package. It just works on so many levels. And at the end, it's a shoe with a little bit of support, but not a lot. Now that's it for this review. If you liked the video, then please give it a thumbs up. If you're into these kind of running related videos, then please consider subscribing. It will help me a lot. Anyways, have a great day, have a fantastic run, and I'll see you next time. Bye.